there, I am Kate Volman, and I am so excited to be joined by my friend Jeremy Pound. He is the CEO of Juicy Results, and he is also the author of this awesome book, 7 Habits of Scalable Sales Teams. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining me.
It's great to be here. Thanks for coming to my office today.
Yes, thank you for having me. So I wanted to introduce you to Jeremy because he is known as the CRM guy. He helps his clients be more effective in generating leads and closing more sales by using their CRM. So today we're going to talk about how to generate more leads for your business using your CRM. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what is a CRM?
Yes, the million-dollar question. So CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management Tool, which we laughingly realized that we never once explained in the entire book. But that's a little bit intentional because, really it doesn't matter what the acronym is because CRMs have come so far in the 30 years since they were invented. Now we have the internet, we have mobile phones, and software is just so much more sophisticated. So a CRM is really your sales technology. Might even be your marketing and sales technology. So it's technology that will help you manage all of your prospects, manage your customers, your referrals, and it'll help you automate a big portion of the process. So if you've heard of Salesforce or Infusionsoft or Zoho or HubSpot, we consider all of those CRMs.
Awesome. So some of you might be using one already. You're probably not using it as effectively as you could. So today we wanted to focus on how to generate more leads for your business using your CRM. So Jeremy, what are some tips that you can share these small businesses to get better at generating leads with this kind of technology?
Well, we could be here all day, so we just have to pick a couple that are easy to use. So the first thing that I want to focus on is your existing network. So once you adopt a CRM, if you've been using one for many years like I have, you could have a couple hundred or a couple thousand people that you've done business with or that called and didn't end up buying from you or referred to you. And when you have all of those people in your CRM, you have an easy way to sort through them, reach out to them, email them. So I want to focus on how to kind of rekindle old leads, right? Or old contacts, people you've done business with, right? Maybe I built a website for somebody 6 years ago and they haven't thought about it, but they could use a major upgrade, right? And so I can go through a CRM and I can sort by an infinite number of factors. And so the one I want to share with you that I think is most important is the last time you spoke to that person, the last time they emailed you or whatever. So you can actually say, show me everybody who I have not had a contact with in the last 6 months, and that'll generate a call list for you. Now, if it's a small list, you can pick up the phone. If it's a big list, most CRMs are going to let you check all and send them all an email in just a matter of moments. And say you send that to 1,000 people, maybe 10 of them call you and say, I'm so glad to hear from you, and you've got 10 new leads that are warm leads that you've done business with before.
Okay, so first of all, this is exciting for anyone who doesn't yet use a CRM because this is business being left on the table. Because if we're not keeping track of the leads that we've done business with, I know a lot of businesses, it's easy to just not even put this into an Excel spreadsheet or a CRM or anything. And this is a really easy way to start automating things. So the first step is to obviously get set up with a CRM. If you don't have one, put your contacts in there, because I know you talk about this too with sales teams, is that it's so easy to just say, oh, it doesn't matter, I'm not gonna put my contact in there. So let's talk a little bit about how those kinds of leads fall through the cracks.
Yes, so one of the 7 habits is to make sure every lead has a next step assigned to it. So I remember personally that I was talking to somebody about a really big deal, and she was leading the country for several weeks. And this was when we used to do the big radio advertising spots. And so I pretty much had a done deal. And she said, just give me a couple weeks till I get back in the country and we'll move forward. And what happened was this huge influx of new shiny leads popped into my life. And I started calling all them, and I completely forgot about this lead who was ready to do business with me. So that's just one example. And I think that everybody, if they're not using their CRM well, they're leaking money because they're just forgetting about people, or they've called them 6 times and it's going to be that 7th contact that makes them be a customer, and they just give up right before they strike gold. So a CRM is always going to make you take that next step, and it's going to ensure that you're more successful.
You think you're going to remember, and you're not going to, because we forget all that kind of
Too
stuff.
much going on. And if you're in a living, healthy, busy business, new people are calling all the time, and you're forgetting about the old ones.
All right, so let's talk about one more habit that we can share.
All right, so it's not a habit, but it's another lead generation idea that you can use your CRM for.
Okay.
So a lot of us have good networks on LinkedIn, right? That may be the closest thing we have to a CRM. So let's say you've got 500 or 5,000 contacts on there. You can export them, and most of them are going to come along with an email address because most people have added that to LinkedIn. And what you're able to do is load those up into your CRM and just create a little campaign and send somebody, everybody with a click of a button, some promo you're offering, a free consultation, anything to see who's interested. And if you send that out to 500 people, you might get 10 phone calls, right? Or you might get people that will say, I'd love to talk to you about that, and now you're rolling again and you've got some new contacts.
Awesome. So you're allowed to export that through LinkedIn and put it up in a CRM?
Yeah.
Because I know they have a lot of, you have to make sure someone's opting into it, correct?
Yeah, so actually, that's a great point. So I'm talking about sending them a single email to like, just as if you were, so CRMs are a little bit different than like a mass mailing program. So many of them do have that functionality built in, but they also have these tools that are just meant to make your job a little bit more efficient. So it's still like sending somebody a single one-to-one email, not blasting them over and over again. It's just the tool's making it a little bit easier for you because you're using a template.
Okay, so just share an example of an email that you can send out, because I think when it's easy to just say send out an email and see who responds, but let's give us an example because you've done this before.
Sure.
Share something that you've done.
So the most extreme example is I create videos that are helpful. So I'm not trying to just sell people things. I'm trying to actually give them information. And so there's a great saying that your sales copy can't be too long. It can just be too boring, right? You can't email too much. You can just have too boring of emails. So if you can send them to something that is very helpful to them, something they really like and are excited about, they're going to consume it, whether it's a article that you've written or a video, and then they're going to say, I need more help with this. I'm going to call Jeremy. That's one option. Another great one is that free consultation. Hey, I just helped this client do X, Y, and Z, and they had this one problem, and if you have that problem too, I have the solution, and I can give it to you in a 10-minute phone call, right? That would elicit some interest.
Awesome. I love those examples because I get that question all the time with emails. Am I emailing too much? What should I say? What should I send out? And I always ask people to think about their inbox. Are they getting emails that they find boring or they find salesy or spammy? Don't do that. Yeah. Do something that's helpful, that is actually going to get people to actually respond because you're sharing really great information.
There's a little trick I like to use, or a little litmus test, and that is that imagine I was about to see you, Kate, that you were coming to my office at 3 p.m. Would I send this email to you at 2:30? Would I be happy that you would come see me right after you read that email? Or would I be kind of like sheepishly embarrassed that I like spammed you?
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, it's a good thermometer for how good your content is.
Good little tip. All right, so thank you so much for sharing some of these tips. For all of you out there, if you have a CRM, it's time to make better use of it, and you can learn a lot more about how to do that by getting Jeremy's book, 7 Habits of Scalable Sales Teams. Where can people find it?
It's on Amazon. Search for my name, Jeremy Pound, since it's a long title. And it's just 65 pages. You can read it in an hour on a Saturday morning, and it's going to change the way you think about your CRMs.
Awesome. Quick, easy, generate more leads, get the book, and you can also find Jeremy at juicyresults.com. I'll see you guys later.